I'm Andrew Edwards, and you're watching Gear Live. Virtual reality is really, really cool. It's an immersive experience almost like no other, but up until now, it's been difficult for the average person to afford a high quality VR experience. But now that's all changed. Enter the Oculus Quest, the first VR headset for the masses that's easy to set up, play, and share. What is going on, Tech Squad? Andrew Edwards here, editor-in-chief of GearLive.com. And as I mentioned today, we are talking about the brand new Oculus Quest. That is this guy right here. It is, in my opinion, the first mass market VR device that gives a full experience without all the hassle. So in this video, we're gonna unbox the Oculus Quest. I'm gonna tell you everything I like about it and even recommend a couple of the games and apps that I've been enjoying. Now, if you're unfamiliar, the Quest is Oculus's first all-in-one gaming headset. It requires no PC connection like Oculus's other VR headsets, the Oculus Rift and Rift S. And if you're wondering why I'm not including the Oculus Go when I say it's their first all-in-one wireless gaming headset, it's because, in my opinion, the Oculus Go is a more bare bones VR experience. It's not the full VR experience that you're getting with the Quest. The Quest has all the features that make it feel like true VR and is free from wires. It can track head and hand movement and room scale body positioning without the use of external sensors. The Oculus Quest starts at $399 for the 64GB model, or you can jump up to 128 gigs for $499. If you're interested, I will leave a link down in the description below to where you can pick up the Oculus Quest. And again, this is a full virtual reality experience in one box, powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 mobile VR platform. And before we get into the box, I want to give a big shout out to Oculus for sending over the Quest along with the game code and for sponsoring this video. And I want to thank you guys in advance for hitting that like button. When you're unboxing the Oculus Quest, you're opening up a game console and an entertainment machine. If you never experienced VR before, get ready to be blown away. If you're wondering what games to pick up, the back of the box features several of the popular launch titles. Once you remove the slipcover, you have the Oculus logo on the inner box, and once you remove the lid, you get your first look at the Quest. Take a look inside of the unit and you're instructed to download the Oculus app on your smartphone, which you should definitely do before you start setup. You're gonna use the app during the setup process of the hardware and to get the Oculus Quest onto your Wi-Fi network. Going forward, you can use the app to control the Quest, browse the Oculus store, buy more content, and you can even cast the video feed to your phone or to a Chromecast. Underneath the headset, you have your two controllers, each one dedicated specifically for your left or right hand. There's also a small box that holds the various accessories like the AC adapter, a USB charging cable, and a space separator that comes in handy if you wear glasses and need a little bit of extra space. And now that it's out of the box, let's go over how the Oculus Quest works. This headset is where all the magic happens. And once again, let me reiterate, unlike most of the major VR headsets out there, the Oculus Quest is self-contained. You don't need to put your phone into it or connect it to a powerful gaming PC in order to use it. Instead, everything that you need is built right in. The front is matte black plastic with 4 cameras, one in each corner of the faceplate. These cameras are used for the headset's inside-out tracking. The headset can be adjusted in 3 ways in order for you to find the perfect fit, and I've personally found it to be very comfortable. It's probably my favorite head strap on any VR unit that I own. On the bottom of the unit, you have a slider that adjusts the focus of the displays, along with a volume rocker to adjust the volume of the built-in speakers. The power button is on the side of the face, and also there are headphone jacks if you want an even more immersive experience or if you don't want to bother those around you. And finally, the USB-C port for charging and connecting to a computer is on the other side of the device. The 2 included controllers probably look a little strange as first. They certainly don't look like the average controller that comes with a game console, but they're shaped this way in order to optimize the feeling that you're using your actual hands within the different VR experiences, including these 2 buttons here, one here and one here, that let you grip, and it feels like you're actually picking things up in VR. When you're ready to get started, the first thing you want to do is clear out your playing space. You can use the Oculus Quest while sitting stationary if you want, but a lot of the magic happens when you're standing and free to move around a little bit. They recommend a 6.5 by 6.5 foot play space for the optimum experience, but But if you don't have that much space, the Quest can adjust itself accordingly. When going through setup, it actually uses the built-in cameras to let you see the real world around you and has you use the controller to draw a border of your play space, which Oculus refers to as the Guardian. While playing, if you get close to the border of your play space, you will see a visual grid overlaid on top of your game or experience, letting you know to move back. If you actually leave the Guardian area, the cameras kick in, allowing you to see the environment around you. Oh, and one note, when using the controllers, be sure to always put on the wrist strap. The wrist straps ensure that a controller doesn't slip out of your hand while you're playing and go flying. You definitely don't want to hit other people around you or damage anything in the room.
That guy scared the heck out of me.
What happened?
Some robot just walked up extremely close to me. He scared me.
Now, I mentioned that if you haven't used VR before, you should be prepared to have your mind blown, and even going through the setup process, the initial setup when using the Oculus Quest, it's pretty mesmerizing. You're in a totally different world, almost like a fantasy land, thanks in part to the 1440 by 1600 resolution per eye with a 95-degree field of view offered by the displays. That's actually up from the 1080 by 1200 resolution offered by the original Oculus Rift. The controllers act as your hands, allowing you to point, click, and even grab. You can see your hands in VR and they'll be shown differently depending on the game or experience that you're in. For example, if you're playing Beat Saber, your hands are shown as literal sabers in a music game where the goal is to destroy blocks by hitting them with the sabers in the direction indicated in time with music. And I know that probably sounds like a lot, but the game is absolutely incredible. In a game like Space Pirate Trainer, if you look down at your hands, you're gonna see guns. You have one gun in your right hand, one gun in your left, and you can easily change the guns into a shield. The goal of this game is to shoot down the hordes of robot drones that are trying to destroy you. And then there's games like Racket and X. This is a game where you use one hand to play, and if you look at your hand, you're basically holding a tennis racket while playing one of the most intense styles of racquetball you've ever seen. And this part right here is just my own personal opinion. The games in VR are really, really cool and really immersive, but I personally feel like what's even more immersive is the experiences. You've heard me say that word a couple of times, games or experiences. Experiences are things that aren't really games. It's not really an object. You don't really have to have fast interactions. It's more like just being able to enjoy being in VR. And there are a few experiences where you put the headset on and you can just look around, walk around a little bit and just observe, interact with things. And that to me actually makes VR feel even more immersive. There's even apps where you can put the headset on and you're sitting courtside at a basketball game, watching basketball as if you're in the arena. There's also an upcoming event where you can watch a SpaceX space shuttle launch as if you were right there with the crowd on hand. So these are the experiences that VR can give you that don't necessarily have anything to do with gaming. So if you're not into games, it does not necessarily mean that you won't be into VR. If you want to check out these experiences, some apps you'll want to check out are First Contact, Big Screen TV, Within, Mission ISS, and Ocean Rift. These are all examples where you can just take your time looking around, exploring, and interacting with the environment. All in all, a lot of times when I talk to people, I tell them technology and gadgetry is not all about the specs. It's about the experience. Sure, there are more expensive VR headsets out there with faster processors and more specs, higher resolution displays, and plenty of other bells and whistles. But at the end of the day, those are a chore to set up. I own pretty much every VR headset you can think of, and I've been waiting for the day where I can have a high quality VR experience without being relegated to my home office, which is the only room that has a powerful gaming PC in it, and without all the wires that keep me tethered to the PC that make me feel like I need to be playing jump rope while I'm in the middle of a VR session. And that is what Oculus has provided with the Oculus Quest. The wires are gone, the need for external cameras are gone, the need for an expensive, powerful gaming PC is gone. Now all anyone needs to have an amazing VR experience is an Oculus Quest and a little bit of space. There you have it, guys. Let me know what you think of the Oculus Quest. Let me know what you think of VR in general. Have you tried it? Are you excited about it? Is it something that's not really on your radar? Chime in the comments below and I will meet you there for further discussion. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button down below if you want to stay up to date on all future video releases here on the channel. And don't forget, in the description below, right under that like button, I will leave links to the Oculus Quest in case you want to pick one up for yourself. Until next time, thank you so much for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andrew Edwards, and I will catch you in the next video.